Imagine heading to the dealership and finding out your dream car just doubled in price. This could be the reality if Donald Trump's proposed tariffs take effect after the 2024 election. From luxury icons to everyday favorites, many car brands depend on global manufacturing, and the cost of importing those vehicles could skyrocket. In this video, we're diving into 18 cars that might get much more expensive and explaining why. From the sleek sophistication of an Audi to the reliability of a Toyota or the affordability of a Kia, these tariffs could reshape the car market and your buying decisions. If you're thinking about buying one of these cars, stick around. We'll break it all down so you know what's at stake and why acting now might save you thousands. Let's jump in. The first car brand that's affected is Audi. Audi's luxury vehicles might become much more expensive if Trump's proposed tariffs happen. Models like the Audi Q5, A4, and Q3 are especially at risk. The Q5, built in Mexico, could face a 100% tariff, which means its price might double. On the other hand, the A4 and Q3, made in Europe, could get pricier if a 20% tariff on European imports is applied. If these tariffs start in 2025, buyers might see much higher prices for these popular models. For example, the Q5 could cost more than $70,000. Audi might move production to the US, but that would take a lot of time and money. If you're considering an Audi, now could be the time to make your move before prices go up. The second car brand on the list is BMW. Known for luxury and performance, BMW might also see major price hikes if Trump's tariffs are enacted. While BMW builds many cars in the US, like at its Spartanburg, South Carolina plant, several key models rely on global production. The BMW 3 Series, made in Mexico, could face a 100% tariff, making it much more expensive. SUVs like the X5 and X3, partially made in Germany, could also cost more if a 20% tariff on European imports is applied. These price increases could push some of BMW's most iconic models out of reach for many buyers. BMW might need to rethink its supply chain, but changes like that take time. The third car brand on the list is Buick. Buick has always been about offering luxury at a reasonable price, but that could change if Trump's proposed tariffs happen. Two popular models, the Buick Encore GX and Buick Envision, might be hit hard. Both are made in China, meaning they could face a 60% tariff. This would push their prices much higher, making them more like premium-priced vehicles. The Encore GX, known for its practicality, could lose its reputation as a great value. The Envision, a midsize SUV with many fans, might also become harder to afford. General Motors, Buick's parent company, may have to rethink its reliance on Chinese production. But moving factories takes a lot of time and money. The fourth car brand on the list is Ford. Even America's most iconic automaker might not escape the effects of Trump's proposed tariffs. Three popular Ford models, the Mustang Mach-E, Bronco Sport, and Maverick, are built in Mexico, making them targets for a 25% tariff on Mexican imports. This could add as much as $3,000 to the price of each vehicle. The Maverick, known as a budget-friendly truck, might lose its appeal to cost-conscious buyers. The Bronco Sport, a hit among SUV fans, could become too expensive for its niche. Even the electric Mustang Mach-E, often seen as a more affordable EV option, might see its price climb. Ford has indicated it's assessing strategies to offset these potential costs, including the possibility of shifting production to the US. The fifth car brand on the list is General Motors GM. As one of America's biggest automakers, GM could face major challenges if Trump's proposed tariffs become reality. Two of GM's most popular models, the Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra, are built in Mexico. A 25% tariff on Mexican imports could increase their prices by as much as $3,000 per truck. These price hikes could make these flagship vehicles less affordable for buyers who rely on their durability and power. This tariff doesn't just affect consumers, it also puts pressure on GM's production strategy. In the first half of 2024, GM built over 500,000 vehicles in Mexico, a 22.5% increase from the year before. GM's CEO, Mary Barra, has acknowledged the serious impact these tariffs could have on the company's operations and pricing. Next up, we have Honda, a brand known for its dependability and value. However, Trump's proposed tariffs could put their affordability at risk. Models like the HR-V and certain trims of the CR-V, both built in Mexico, are facing a potential 100% tariff. That could push their prices into a range that feels more premium than practical. The challenges don't stop there. Honda relies on parts from international suppliers, including China. A 60% tariff on Chinese imports could increase the cost of US-built models like the Accord and Pilot, leaving buyers to face higher sticker prices across the lineup. For those who count on Honda's reputation for value, these changes might make that reliability harder to afford. The big question: can Honda adjust to keep prices in check, or will tariffs change the game? The next car brand in the spotlight is Hyundai, a favorite for its affordable and feature-packed vehicles. But that reputation could be at risk if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. The Hyundai Tucson, assembled in Mexico, is one of the most vulnerable. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could send its price soaring, making it less attainable for buyers searching for a budget-friendly crossover. It's not just the Tucson, though. The Elantra and Kona, both built in South Korea, could also see price hikes if a 20% tariff on other imports is imposed. These models, known for their competitive pricing in the compact and subcompact markets, might struggle to maintain their edge. For Hyundai fans, this could mean paying more for the same reliable value. Moving on, let's talk about Kia, a brand loved for its value-packed cars. But with Trump's proposed tariffs, some of Kia's most affordable models might see their prices climb. The Kia Forte and Kia Rio, both built in Mexico, could face a 100% tariff on Mexican imports. These compact cars, known for being wallet-friendly, might no longer be accessible to budget-conscious buyers. It doesn't stop there. A 20% tariff on other imports could impact models like the Kia Sportage and Kia Seltos, which are made in South Korea. These versatile and affordable SUVs might lose their edge in a crowded market if prices rise. Kia's US-built models, like the Telluride and Sorento, could stay unaffected for now. However, the overall impact of these tariffs might challenge Kia's reputation as a value-driven brand. Next up is Lincoln, Ford's luxury brand, which could see its prices rise sharply if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. The Lincoln Corsair, a compact luxury SUV built in Mexico, faces the biggest risk. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could double its price, pushing it closer to the cost of higher-tier luxury competitors. This could make the Corsair far less competitive in the luxury SUV market. Even the Lincoln Navigator, a flagship model built in the US, isn't entirely safe. Lincoln relies on globally sourced parts, including from China, which might face a 60% tariff. This could raise production costs, leading to higher prices across the lineup. For Lincoln, shifting more production to the US might be one way to adapt, but it would come with higher labor costs and logistical hurdles. Now let's look at Mazda, known for blending sporty style with affordability. But Trump's proposed tariffs might take some of Mazda's most popular models out of reach for budget-conscious buyers. The Mazda 3 and CX-30, both built in Mexico, are at the highest risk. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could double their prices, pushing these fan favorites from budget-friendly to premium-priced. The trouble doesn't end there. Mazda uses Chinese-sourced parts in many of its vehicles, including those built in Japan. A 60% tariff on Chinese components could raise production costs even further, impacting models like the Mazda CX-5 and MX-5 Miata. For buyers, Mazda's trademark mix of affordability and style may become harder to find. Next, we have Mercedes-Benz, the epitome of luxury and performance, but even this iconic brand may feel the sting of Trump's proposed tariffs. The C-Class and E-Class, both imported from Germany, could see their prices increase significantly due to a proposed 20% tariff on European imports. Meanwhile, the GLB SUV, built in Mexico, faces a 100% tariff that could double its price, making it much harder to compete in the luxury SUV market. Even Mercedes models assembled in the US, like the GLE and GLS SUVs, might not escape unscathed. These vehicles rely on parts sourced from countries like China, which could face a 60% tariff, driving up production costs and ultimately prices for buyers. For those dreaming of owning a Mercedes, these tariffs could make luxury an even more exclusive and costly experience. Would you still splurge on a Benz if prices climb? Moving down the list, we come to Nissan, a brand trusted for its value-packed cars. But even Nissan might face challenges if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. Compact models like the Nissan Sentra and Versa, both built in Mexico, are at the greatest risk. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could significantly increase their prices, making these budget-friendly staples less accessible to cost-conscious buyers. But the impact doesn't stop there. Even US-assembled models like the Nissan Altima and Rogue could face price hikes. Nissan relies on Chinese-sourced parts, and a 60% tariff on those imports could drive up production costs, affecting the affordability of vehicles across its lineup. Next on the list is Polestar, the rising star in the electric vehicle world. Known for its blend of luxury and sustainability, Polestar might struggle to keep its affordability if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. The Polestar 2, the brand's flagship EV in the US, is manufactured in China. A proposed 60% tariff on Chinese imports could significantly increase its price, making it less accessible to eco-conscious buyers who value its mix of performance and sustainability. Polestar has positioned itself as a competitive alternative to Tesla, but these tariffs could erode that advantage. While shifting production to other regions might help, such changes would take time and cost the company significantly. Moving along, we come to Stellantis, the powerhouse behind Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, and Ram. This automaker might see its prices rise sharply if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. Two popular models, the Ram 1500 Classic and Jeep Compass, are assembled in Mexico and could face a 100% tariff. This would drastically increase their prices, potentially making them less affordable for the rugged vehicle enthusiasts who rely on them. Even vehicles built in the US, like the Jeep Wrangler and Chrysler Pacifica, could feel the pinch. Stellantis depends on parts from countries like China, which might face a 60% tariff. These additional costs could raise prices across the lineup, even for models made domestically. Next on the list is Toyota, a brand known for its dependable and value-driven vehicles. But even Toyota might face significant challenges if Trump's proposed tariffs come into play. The Toyota Tacoma, a mid-sized truck built in Mexico, is particularly vulnerable. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could drastically raise its price, putting it out of reach for many buyers who rely on its rugged durability. Even Toyota's US-assembled models, like the Camry and Tundra, could see price hikes. The company depends on globally sourced parts, including components from China, which could face a 60% tariff. This would increase production costs and impact Toyota's entire lineup, making it harder to maintain its reputation for affordability. Following Toyota, we turn to Volkswagen, a brand famous for its blend of German engineering and affordability. However, Trump's proposed tariffs could put that reputation at risk. Two key models, the Volkswagen Jetta and Tiguan, both assembled in Mexico, are especially vulnerable. A 100% tariff on Mexican imports could double their prices, turning these budget-friendly options into premium-priced cars. But the impact doesn't end there. Volkswagen relies heavily on parts and vehicles from Europe and China. A 60% tariff on Chinese components and a 20% tariff on European imports could further increase costs, even for US-built models. For buyers, this means some of Volkswagen's most popular cars might no longer be affordable staples. Following Volkswagen, we arrive at Volvo, a brand loved for its cutting-edge safety and Scandinavian design. But Trump's proposed tariffs could make Volvo's popular models significantly more expensive. The XC60, partially made in China, is particularly at risk. A 60% tariff on Chinese imports could drastically raise its price, pushing it out of reach for many buyers. The XC90, Volvo's flagship luxury SUV, faces a similar challenge, as it is built in Sweden and could be impacted by a 20% tariff on European imports. Even the S60, made at Volvo's plant in South Carolina, isn't completely safe. Volvo relies on globally sourced parts, including some from China, meaning production costs for US-assembled models might also rise. Finally, we come to Tesla, the pioneer in electric vehicles, which might also face challenges if Trump's proposed tariffs take effect. While Tesla manufactures most of its vehicles in the US, like the Model S, Model X, and Model 3, its Shanghai Gigafactory in China plays a significant role. A 60% tariff on Chinese imports could make the Model 3 and Model Y much more expensive for US buyers, cutting into Tesla's appeal as a relatively accessible luxury EV. Tesla's global supply chain also complicates matters. The company relies on Chinese-sourced components, including batteries and electronics, for many of its vehicles. A tariff on these parts could raise production costs across the lineup, even for models built domestically. These 18 cars could see major price increases if the proposed tariffs are enacted, reshaping the way we think about affordability and value in the auto market. From luxury models to everyday rides, the ripple effects could significantly impact your next car purchase. If any of these vehicles are on your radar, now might be the best time to buy before prices soar. Staying informed is your best tool for making smart decisions in this changing landscape. What do you think about these potential changes? Would they influence your next car purchase? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates and insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.